What is going on, YouTube? It is your boy Hendog, and with the Cardinals getting over 400 yards of total offense, the Cardinals defense holding the Minnesota Vikings to 1 for 8 on third down conversions, the Cardinals still hold a big fat L. Yes, the Arizona Cardinals choked in Minnesota, losing to the Minnesota Vikings 22-23 in a huge, crucial winner, shoulda, coulda, winnable game. I don't even know where to begin with this, but I'm just going to get out of the right away first. The defense continues to play. Yes, they may have given up more points than they have in the last few weeks. Bend but don't break defense. They kept us in this game to win it. This defense is going to continue to do that. Yes, they're not going to hold teams to field goals only every week. It's going to be unsustainable. But the fact is that this defense is good enough to keep us in games. But the problem is that we have Drew Petzing, Kyler Murray, and Marvin Harrison Jr. in 3 completely different directions right now. That's the problem. We have a 4th overall draft pick that is half-assing his routes, who has one of the lowest completion to target percentages in the league compared to the next wide receiver, who was drafted after him, had quarterbacks Daniel Jones, Tommy DeVito, and Drew Lock, but yet somehow has a better percentage than Marvin Harrison Jr. does when Kyler Murray's throwing to him. Hint, hint, that's not really all on Kyler Murray, because that's Marvin Harrison Jr. half-assing his effort in his routes, not getting any separation. I'm sorry. You expected Stephon Gilmore to bite on that lazy-ass hitch route? I'm sorry. My fat ass could have ran a better hitch route than that. Stephon Gilmore didn't have to do anything. He knew what you were going to do, and it was the most effortless pass deflection he could have ever made in his illustrious career, his Super Bowl winning career. That was one of the easiest plays he had to make. It's an absolute joke. I don't even know what's going on with this play calling, because from the 20s on, right? From the 20s on, we can somehow move the ball, right? We can move the ball through the run game into Trey McBride only. But when we get to the red zone, it is high school, junior high, elementary school play calling. I see this play calling on my Madden game. I run this shit in Madden. But honestly, you put yourself in position, despite the fact that you're on the bad end of some calls from the officiating. That false start on Tip Ryman wasn't a false start. But the fact of the matter is, Kyler Murray, what the hell was that on that intentional grounding? That was an absolute joke of a play. He's running around like a chicken with his head cut off, and he literally eats the yards and the loss of down, puts us in a worse position. And then that pick to Byron Murphy. Can these players, they can't get enough of laughing at us. Players leaving, succeeding away from us. Kyler Murray literally throwing it to former Cardinal Byron Murphy Jr. Thanks, Kyler, as he's waving by him to do a team pick in the end zone. Thanks, boy. Proving me right. Haha, fuck you, Cardinals. Literally. What is going on? Kyler, Drew, Marv, Drew Petzing, Marv, and Kyler are just in 3 completely different directions right now. We do not have an offense. We have Michael Wilson Jr. and Marvin Harrison. No, not Michael Wilson Jr. Sorry. We just have Michael Wilson and Marvin Harrison Jr., Gray Dortch, and Zay Jones. We have 4 capable wide receivers, yet this offensive scheme, this offensive play calling is tight ends and outside runs only. And some inside runs. Or, I'm sorry, draw plays to only Amari DiMercato. Literally, it's the most foreshadowing the Cardinals could do in a game. Amari DiMercato comes in the game, and guess what he does? He either pass blocks or he does a draw run. Thanks. That's the easiest thing that you could ever read as a defensive player when you're on the field. And then when he comes out, when Connor's in, exactly what's going to happen. Drew Petzing is not creative. He's not innovative. He's not doing anything to help Kyler out. And then even when Kyler Murray gets helped out, there's a play drawn up that actually is somewhat helpful. The wide receivers, especially Marv, are not getting any separation. I don't know, literally, the wide receiver that is performing right now is not getting schemed in, which is Michael Wilson. I don't know if Marvin Harrison Jr. is the first read or if that's what Drew Petzing wants him to do. But literally, Michael Wilson should not be only getting the ball. That's what the defense gives you. He needs to be the first look sometimes. He needs to be schemed into this offense, because making Marvin Harrison Jr. the wide receiver 1 right now is not good. It's no bueno. It sucks. It's trash. We're playing 500 football now. We're 0-2 out of the bye week. It is so so bad right now. 0-2 out of you were literally 6-4 coming out of the bye week. You're sniffing the NFC West. You come out lackadaisical like you were still on a bye in Seattle in a game that you could have won. And then now you don't show up for 4 quarters. You only show up for 3 quarters. By the way, if you want to show up for 3 quarters, Arizona Cardinals, maybe you should have kept the Coyotes here and played hockey, because the NFL's played 4 quarters, and that's how the Vikings beat you today, because they played 4 quarters of football. You need to play 4 quarters, and the Cardinals played 3. Like, I'm sorry. This shit should not be happening to an organization that supposedly is in the longest sports drought in history. I mean, it's a fucking joke. Now, guess what? The Arizona Cardinals have, I don't want to say it's a do or die game next week against Seattle, but the matter of the fact is it's a very, 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 very crucial game for the Arizona Cardinals to win. Because not only did the Seahawks win again against the New York Jets, which, I mean, you know, the Jets blew that game too, but you can't have hope in the Jets because they suck. But now the Rams just beat the Saints. The Rams still have to play you. They have to play out their schedule, and then I don't know if they have to play Seattle one more time or not. But the fact is that the Arizona Cardinals need to win next week. They have to. And it's not going to be easy. Seattle's going to be coming in with tons of confidence, and they're going to be flying. And the Cardinals, especially this offense, are going to be feeling a lot of pressure. You're not playing in Seattle. You're playing home off those ugly 2 weeks you just had where fans are frustrated. You're going to feel the pressure in State Farm Stadium, because guess what? This essentially is your do or die game. Kyler Murray got asked in pregame press conference, what's it like to play meaningful games in December? Well, here's your chance, Kyler. So far, you're 0-2 in those, and this is the first time in 4 years Cardinals fans get even a taste of meaningful games in December, and y'all are failing. Y'all want fans to show up. Y'all want the Red Sea to not sell their tickets to away fans. You want them to show up, season ticket holders? How about you don't be 0-2 out of a bye week? How about you not be 6-4 in a prime spot to win the NFC West and you choke it like usual? Like, it's incredible to me that this, for somehow, is still a problem. This team has proven that they can go toe-to-toe with any team in the NFL. But the one team that they cannot go toe-to-toe with them is themselves. This organization always loses to themselves. When they're not tanking, when there's any sort of sniff of success, potential hope. It's not a talent gap that gets in the way. Like maybe last year when we were tanking. This year there is no talent gap. We're 6-4 for a reason. We were able to hang into games with Buffalo and Detroit and then Seattle, and then now with with the Vikings for a reason. Because there is no talent gap anymore. We have young star power. We have good players. We can win these games. So I don't want to hear about this rebuilding shit this year when we literally could have won the NFC West, where if you maybe put a little more effort in the free agency, or you put a little more effort in the trade deadline, Monty. Again, you're just wasting years of fandom. Like, you think the Arizona Cardinals fans can live another 100 years without seeing a Super Bowl. You dumb idiots. Like, does that not matter? Like, literally, I went to a sports bar today. You know how many Cardinals fans there were in that sports bar rooting for the Cardinals? 1. You know how many Vikings fans there were in that sports bar rooting for the Vikings? 7. And we're in Arizona. It's embarrassing because this team obviously doesn't care fully because they can't get past themselves. So I don't even know. I don't even know if I'm supposed to feel hopeful. I don't know if I'm supposed to feel fearful, because it can go both ways. It's like the Arizona Cardinals to show up finally at home and win, or it's also like the Cardinals to just roll over and give up. Like, you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. When the team loses 2 woulda, coulda, shoulda winnable games, and now they sit where they're at, and now they include the Rams in this shit, and who knows where the Cardinals will sit at the end of the season. But if they sit second, or God forbid they sit third at the end of the year, it's a disgrace, it's an embarrassment, and it's honestly a farce for what the effort that that you guys put in the first half of the season, 6-4, and then you guys for some reason can't figure it out offensively or anything out of the bye. You literally had a chance to make the y'all want to talk about playoff football, playing again meaningful games. Well, hey, win some fucking games if you want to play some meaningful games. So, and there's a meaningful game next week. It's in your home stadium. You're 0 for 2 in these huge games, November and December. 0 and 2. And then now we're getting to the latter stages of December. I guess December 1st. So literally you're 0 and 2, end of November, December 1st. And then you have Patriots at home and the Seahawks at home. It's dejecting because I would love to sit here and be confident that we can bounce back and beat the Seahawks and then go on a roll and beat the Patriots. But I don't even know right now what offense is going to show up for either of those games. So I can't even predict it. So it's tough. That Minnesota Cardinals game was really tough to watch that second half. So, but we're in for the ride. We're back in it again. We got to strap in and get ready for the ride next week against Seattle. So thank you all for tuning into this video. I really appreciate all the support. If you did like this video, hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. But also, if you don't mind, please go in the description, click the TikTok link, and click on my TikTok and hit the follow button because you will get content on there as well daily, as well on my YouTube. I post on there a lot, not only PHNX Sports, Phoenix Sports content. Sorry, I don't know why I abbreviated Phoenix. Phoenix Sports, Arizona Sports content besides U of A because screw them. Wildcats suck. Sun Devils forever and go Lopes. But Arizona sports content and then general sports content like MLB free agency, Thursday Night Football, sports, betting props, Sunday Night Football, everything. So you do not want to miss this. So hit the follow button on my TikTok. Thank you all for the support. We strap in for Seattle, and I hope the Cardinals can wake up and win a frickin' football game.